Hi everyone, welcome to this live training. I'm Anshul with my colleague Nathan.
Hello.
We'll just wait for a few more seconds for others to join in. In the meantime, you can let us know from the in the chat, like from where are you joining in. Uh, Hello everyone. Okay. Hi everyone. Okay, I guess we can get started. A lot of people have already joined in. Okay, so hey everyone, welcome to this live training session. Today we'll be talking about how to create your dashboards with AI, and we will also be covering quite a lot on our new features, auto-refreshable dashboards, filters, and templates. I'm Anshul. I'm leading product and engineering in Bricks, and I'm here with my colleague Nathan, who has been leading a lot of efforts, especially related to AI in Bricks. What we'll be covering today, we will be mainly going through a hands-on demo with how to create your dashboards with your data. We'll have some sample data available with us. We'll be focusing on new product features. As I explained, all the three new features, what we have released over the past 1 or 2 weeks of time, auto-refreshable dashboards, filters, and templates. We will also be showing you some of the new upcoming features which we are currently working on. So stay tuned till the end of the webinar. Feel free to drop in your questions, whatever clarifications, questions you have on the Zoom chat, and we'll be taking up those questions as we go through the training session. What is Bricks about? What all things you can do in Bricks? Bricks is your personal data analyst. It understands your data, it can analyze your data, and then it can create beautiful visualizations in the form of dashboard and reports with the help of AI. Now, this is we tried creating Bricks just for one main important thing is you don't have to spend hours and hours in creating your reports and dashboard. It's very easy to use. It can be literally used by anyone without any um, big tutorial sessions. Now, the dashboard and reports, we kept focus on making it very beautiful, very precise, very apt to the mark to your data. And that's why we also have a very strong powerful data support. We have a complete AI spreadsheet in itself where you can manipulate your data, clean up your data. A lot of times you have to use external tools once you have created your charts to make them look beautiful, or once your data has been analyzed, converted into charts, you might have to use some external tools such as Canva to make it more beautiful and organize it properly. But all of these things are literally inbuilt in Bricks. You don't have to go into external tools. Data analysis, making reports beautiful, everything is inbuilt into Bricks. Now, how does it work? How can you create that? We will, of course, be going with a live tutorial, but I'll just give a brief intro about how to create dashboard and report in Bricks. All you need to do is just sign up onto Bricks, click on dashboard and report on the dashboard and report button on the home page. You will be prompted with a screen where you need to import your data. We have a support for various different type of formats. XLSX, CSV are the major ones, but you can also try importing your PDF and image based data. Now, one thing we have been getting a lot of clarifying questions from a lot of our customers and users is how important or how do you make sure that my data is kept secure in your infrastructure? All of our infrastructure is built with AWS, keeping highest security in place. All of your data is fully encrypted, private. It is accessible only to you and secure by default. All the data in transit or at state or at rest, everything is encrypted, so you don't have to worry about your data security. Also, your data is never used for any of the AI training. I think this has been a biggest misconception that any data we consume are being used to train our models. Absolutely no. All of your data is under your supervision, under your control. None of your data will go for AI training. Now, once you have imported your data, as you can see on the left hand side, I have my data. All I need to do is just after importing my data, the dashboard AI agents will spring into action, and it will create a beautiful dashboard with all the KPIs, charts, and insights from your data. Once your dashboard has been generated, you have full flexibility and control over your dashboard. You can modify as you wish. You can move around the layout. You can apply customized themes, which Nathan will be showing up in the upcoming demo. But everything is customizable. Once you are satisfied with your customization, all you need to do is just share your work with your colleagues, with other friends. You just need to click on share, and we have a various options available. As you're seeing, I'm also presenting this particular demonstration training session within Bricks. The presentation is built and being presented right from Bricks. You can export to PDF, PPTX for further sharing in the email or further customization in PowerPoint. You can share it with email addresses, or you can just copy a link and just share it with any of the other users. Now, without further ado, I think I'll pass the control to Nathan so that we can dive directly into the demonstration of how to create dashboard and report. We'll be also conducting a poll sometimes in between, so keep an eye on that. And we'd love to hear your questions and feedback, so please drop messages on the chat. Over to you, Nathan.
All right, thank you very much, Anshul. All right, so just let me share my screen. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to be showing you guys some ways to build a dashboard. So to start, you've got like a couple options. You can press this button here, but because I want to make a few modifications to my data before I create a dashboard, I'm going to click Start a Blank File. So now I've got like the regular view. We're dropped into a normal spreadsheet here. So to import your data, you can press the Import button here, and I want to import it into this particular file. So I'll click this checkbox, and then I'm going to press Upload XLSXV because I've got a CSV file. So I'm just going to pick my file, and it uploads, and our software has automatically created a table around your data here. And so what this is a some data about unicorn companies that have like good valuations. So we've got like the company name, valuation, when they joined, country, city, industry, and what investors have invested in them. Now, this valuation is actually currently in US dollars, but because I'm in Canada, I need it to be in Canadian dollars. So what I could do is I could manually figure out how to change this. But because this is Bricks and Bricks has AI built right into it, it's going to be a lot easier for me just to ask the AI to change it. So I'll ask it, change the valuation column data to be in CAD from the current USD by using the exchange rate of 1.40, which I checked
Yes.
right before
You,
this to make sure it's correct.
so you can just reference your columns over here to make any manipulations and clean up. That's great.
Yeah. And there we go. Like it changed all of it. Oh yeah, that is correct. Sorry. Oh, the number is so much higher. I was surprised, but that makes sense. The exchange rate is very high, so 1.14, it makes it much larger. So that makes sense. I'm gonna make sure this shows dollars just to make it
Yeah.
clear what that it's money. And so now that it's in the correct currency that I want, now I got my data formatted how I prefer it. I want to create a dashboard. So the easiest way just to get going for creating a dashboard is you click on this generate button over here and you select the dashboard and report option. So now it's going to like go through the whole process of creating a dashboard. We've got like several AI agents working together. So the first step is we've got one dedicated agent that looks at your data and makes a full plan of like how the dashboard is going to look. Like what are the insights? Like it's gonna like pull out what kinds of charts, what kinds of tables it wants to show. So once that is ready, it's going to take the plan and hand it off to a bunch of individual AI agents that are dedicated to making the thing that they're supposed to create. Like we've got agents that are focused on creating good charts, agents that are focused on creating good tables, agents that are focused on like pulling out specific like metrics. Like here, we got these metrics up here that have already been done. So once all that is ready, then we run our insights agent, which look at the data and will take the important information and write it in like plain language for like showing you the special insights that like it finds. So here we're writing some. We've got some key insights here. And after that, it's going to create a summary up here of your entire dashboard that you can just use to like quickly get a brief overview of what you're going to see in it. And all right, there we go. The dashboard is already done, and this
Wow,
is what it looks like.
so fast.
Yeah. Yeah, we worked really hard on like making it go as fast as possible while obviously still being like the best we can make it. All right, cool. So once your dashboard is created, you might want to, make it look a little bit better. So as soon as it's created, we give you the option to select a theme. So you can press show more to show more themes. So you just got to click on this and the dashboard automatically updates to this particular theme. So we've got a dark theme if you want, another dark theme,
Mhm.
this professional theme and like some other ones. So I'm going to stick with the business theme for right now.
That's nice.
Yeah. So now that I've got it looking like a little bit better, I might have some personal preferences on how I want my dashboard to look in this area of the charts and tables. So your dashboard is like 100% changeable however you want. All you got to do, if you want to move something, for example, you just got to click and drag and you can move it around. So let's say I think this chart is super important. I'm just going to click on the top here and scroll up and move it right to the top where it's going to be like the most important thing for people to see right at the start. You can like resize things however you need it. So I can fit something over here if I wanted and put that back. Yeah, so we got a whole lot of options for that there.
That's really nice. Nathan, can we also show how to edit a chart once the chart has been created? For example, I want to have it as a line chart instead of a bar chart.
Yeah, for sure. So let's work with this chart a little bit more. So if I wanted to edit the chart myself, like I can press the edit button over here. And this is our chart editing user interface. So because it is currently a bar chart, if we wanted a line chart, I can just press the line and pick which kind of line I want. It can be like a regular line, or it could be like a stacked area line. I think this one looks a little bit better. If you wanted to, you could even change like these colors here. So we've got like this and this. So I can change like this one over to that color if I wanted, or this one, for example. So once you've got your chart edited how you want, you can just press save to board and now it's saved. So we've got our chart updated exactly the way we wanted.
That's nice. And Nathan, can we do like these editing, or for example, I want to create a new chart. Can I do all these things with the help of AI?
Yeah, of course. You don't have to do things manually. If you wanted manually, you could, like, for example, add a new row here, press add new chart, or add anything else you want. I'm going to remove this because I don't feel like doing it manually. I feel like using AI to make it for me. So I'm going to ask it, create a new, let's ask for a bar chart from my uh, Yeah, let's go with the original table and just let the AI create a chart for me. So while that's happening, let me answer some questions in the chat.
Yeah.
Mohammed asks, could you have added a CAD column next to the USD column if you wanted to? Yes, you absolutely could have. I specifically asked it to change the column to from USD to CAD, but yeah, I also could have asked it to just add a new column right there if I wanted. Increase the screen size to be visible. Oh, is it too small to see? I've never had that request before. Maybe that was like on the grid part. The grid was probably too small. Sorry about that, guys. I'll increase it next time, but the board should be big enough, I assume.
Yes.
Is there a limitation on how many rows and columns I can import? Um, I think we do have some sort of limitation. Like, was it millions of rows or columns we have?
Yes, a million of rows can definitely be imported, but I think our application works really well if you can import around 50K to 100K, and the dashboard and reporting agents can really understand your data in a proper manner. We'll be showcasing this, how we are planning to increase this limit in the upcoming few releases. So I think keep an eye at the end of the webinar so that we can showcase you what all things are coming up in the next releases.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sounds like we're going to talk about that a little bit later. All right, so the AI has created this new chart for me. Like I asked it for a bar chart, and well, here it is. It actually made like a pretty cool bar chart showing the company count and the total valuation for like grouped by each industry. All right, so
That
that's a pretty useful chart.
So, Nathan, so once the chart has been created, I see a lot of insights were also created once the dashboard was completed. Can I create now insights, or I want to understand the trends in this particular chart? Can I do that now?
Yeah, so when the dashboard's first created, the agents like they're gonna create some insights for some of the charts and tables that need them. But if you create a new chart, like, and you also want some insights for it, you can create that yourself as you need it, but using AI. So you just click the little three dots menu here and then ask the AI to generate insights using this button. So like that is going to work and is going to generate insights using the same agent that it would have during the initial dashboard generation. All right, so we've got a few insights here now. Oh, I should have dragged the insights instead of the chart one. All right, so that was like really fast. It analyzed the chart and created insights showing information that we see in the chart here.
That's amazing. And
Yeah.
Nathan, let's assume some of the insights, I wanted to edit some of the insights or remove some of the insights. So, is the text block editable?
Oh yeah, everything here is basically editable. So let's say like I wanted to like add one more insight here. You can add more, you can just edit it. Like it's just a plain old like text editor right in here. So fully customizable.
That's amazing. So, Nathan, once the dashboard has been created, you had also shown like how I can use a custom theme. But can I like color blocks or the dashboard according to my company branding, or can I add my brand logo in this particular dashboard?
Yeah, so we've got themes, but everything else is also like fully customizable like in terms of the colors. So let's say we've got like this title block up here. If I want to change the colors of it, we've got all these color editing options over here. So let's say, oh, wait, that's the background for the text specifically. So let's go back to this. Let's change the text color. So let's say I need my text to be purple like this. And then if I need the background color changed, I can press block style and then change it like this. So like let's imagine that was a company colors. So you can do that like with all the blocks. You can even change the total background of the entire dashboard by pressing the three dots menu here and then pressing the board style button here. And then we've got this color option. So you can change this to some sort of color. So let's go with that.
That's nice.
So lots of customizations there. You can make it even more custom if you wanted to add new things like your company logo. So if I want to create a new block and I create an image block here, that's one of the options for blocks you can create. And then I'm just going to upload our company logo. So I've got the Bricks logo here.
Oh,
So yeah, so much customization, everything like you want to change to, you absolutely can.
that's amazing. Nice. So Nathan, before we move on to the next section, maybe we can take up some of the questions. Okay. Is it possible to give dashboard agent a reference, as in to say, I want the dashboard to look like this?
For like visual looking things, not so much. It's more about like using the themes later on. But if you're talking about like in terms of data, if you're saying, hey, like I want the dashboard to, like if I go back to the, whoops, wrong one. If I go back to the data and let's increase the size a little bit. If I wanted to focus on like analyzing data based on country, let's say, like I can tell it that by typing a prompt here. I would say create a dashboard uh, focusing on countries. I
Absolutely.
could type it like that and then press this, and it'll eventually start generating one that looks similar to this, but the data in here will be focused on analyzing data in terms of countries rather than just general, however it decides.
Awesome. That's great. Next question is from Francis. Does it work with a file that has multiple worksheets or just one worksheet at the moment? For instance, I have January, February, March worksheets.
All right, that is a good question, and I will actually be demonstrating that pretty soon. So the answer is yes, and I'm actually going to show you guys how to do that pretty soon.
Does it support providing the insights and dashboard in Arabic?
Yeah, you actually can do that. So, uh, let's, for example, just quickly delete this one. Actually, I haven't tried this, so it might not work, but like you can do things in other languages. So let's actually see if this works. Create insights for this chart in Arabic.
Okay,
So
let's
we'll see
see.
how that goes.
Let's go to the next question. In
Yeah,
case I want to create my date table on the table, how can I do that? Um, oh,
create date table on the table. Not 100% sure what that means, but like you can use dates in tables in the data.
absolutely.
All
Okay,
right.
the insights have been generated.
Yeah, so here we go. It created insights in Arabic. Unfortunately, I can't read it, but hopefully it looks good. Hopefully it all is correct. But yeah, so you can like use the AI in like any language you need to.
That's nice. Awesome. So, okay, Nathan, I think we can move on to the next section. Can you show like how can I customize the dashboard even more? For example, I want to drill down the dashboard or slice the dashboard only for one specific country. Can I add some filters onto the dashboard?
Yeah, for sure. So we actually, like, if you scroll to the bottom of the dashboard, we've got this add filters button here. You could type to the AI about adding filters, but this is just the easiest way if you just want to like click something. So I'm gonna ask the AI to add filters. Wait, actually, I'm gonna cancel that because you can. Um, add filter controls for, let's say, filtering by company
Hmm.
because oh, it was country, but all right, let's just go with company for now. All right, so we got the filter controls. We can filter by company. So if I want to filter to a specific company, I can just like pick one, or I guess I would maybe deselect some. So maybe I don't want some of these, or I can like select all, deselect all, and then let's say we want to filter to just one password, for example. So now our data, there's one because we filtered it to one company. There's going to be one unicorn, and that unicorn can only be in one country in one city. So the data is not so much here, but Now we see that's what this one company's particular valuation is. And if I wanted to do country, fun fact, you can actually copy your previous prompts to make it super easy to just edit them. So let's say by country here. So we've already got the company filter, and now AI adds a country filter for you. So, oh, interesting. Yeah, because company was already filtered down to one. Let's unfilter that. Oh, I pressed the delete button. That's fine. All right, so now we got countries. So let's put this, we're just going to look at companies from Philippines. We got people from the Philippines here. There's only one unicorn from the Philippines. All right, let's add in a couple more.
So it does work like a multi-level filtering where you can apply multiple filters to the same dashboard and all of your data will be filters according to the number of filters you have applied.
Yeah, and it works pretty fast. Like you saw when I changed the filter, like everything kind of just updates.
Got it. Okay, that's great, Nathan. So we have also been talking about like auto refreshable dashboards. So Nathan, how does that work? Like how can I update my data to so that the dashboard gets updated?
Yeah, so let's just get rid of this filter to make it a little bit easier to see. So to have the data automatically update, you just need to go back to your original data over here and update this however you need. And then this is going to change. So for example, let's look at this just to make it super easy. We've got 1,221 unicorns and 290 cities. Let's focus on this number because this is going to be the simplest to see. So if I go back to my original data, and I'm actually gonna just scroll to the end of it just to edit this table. And because there's 1,221 companies, if I like just resize this table to chop off the last few, these guys are no longer part of the data. So I'll go back to the dashboard and you see this updates to what we need it to be because we just removed this data from from the like dashboard essentially. So
Mhm.
if I want to change something else, for example, let's say uh, let's say we make this one instead of this. Well, let me make sure it's easier to see over here. So if we've got top 10 countries by number of unicorns, cities, all right, cumulative valuations of top 10 investors.
Yeah, you can, I think,
Yeah,
make it very high valuation, and I think it should be shown over here.
yeah, some of these are a little harder to see. Okay, let's look for Go, for example. If I do a search over here,
Oh, that's too generic.
yeah, Go is too small of a word. E-fishery. All right, that one should be easy to find. E There we go. All right, so their valuation is 1.82. So over here, it shows 1.82 Indonesia industrials. So if I change the data over here, so I make it 100.82,
Yeah,
the e-fishery over here, see the data is like already updated. So whatever you make changes you make over into your original data, that's all gonna get propagated pretty quickly into your dashboard.
that's nice. So Nathan, so this is really cool that I'm able to edit my data over here. A lot of other applications do not provide you ability to edit your data or modify the data. So this is really awesome. Now, once let's assume my dashboard has been created and let's assume I have my sales data for the month of January. Can I add more data for the month of February, for example, to just update my dashboard?
Yeah. So I've actually got a dashboard prepared for this.
That's nice.
So we've got this sales data over here, and this is data for January to March,
Mm.
and it's generated the dashboard for it says January to March right here. But let's say I need to add in my April data. So what I'm going to do is uh, actions. Wait, this is, wait, which one is this? Where we,
You need to go to the grid to just add more data. Yeah.
oh, the add data button's here. Okay. Add to table. That's the one I'm looking for. Okay. So we just press actions, and then we don't want to replace the table. We just want to add data to it. So we're going to press the add to table button, and I'm going to select my April data.
Mm.
So it imports it, and this was the old data up to March, and now all the selected part is the new data that has been added from April. And so the dashboard, it has the new data. It doesn't update the title automatically because like it's just text that's hard to figure out. But somewhere in here, there we go. Okay, so there's only the April data is here now. So for example, I think I can like let's say I just delete all of that as if it wasn't there right now. So it would only show up to March. But when the data is there, it's got all the April stuff. So like that's just easy, super easy to add in more data as it comes in.
So, so once the data has been updated, the charts, the summary tables are all being updated. How do we update the insights? Like, is there a global button, Nathan, somewhere in the action where we can just apply and the insights will get refreshed?
Uh, is there
Yes.
somewhere? Where is it? I know we added it, but I haven't even seen
Yes.
it yet.
It should be there in the actions. Yeah.
In
Refresh insights. Yes.
actions. Oh, there it is. Yeah, actions make sense. Yeah, that's the go-to. If you want to do some action in your dashboard, click the actions button. That's where you'll find the stuff you need to do. Okay, so yeah, you just press refresh insights because we added new data to it. And maybe that's why some of the text didn't get updated. So it's going to recheck all of the insights because obviously with new data, your charts have all changed. So if the charts have changed, the old insights might not make sense anymore. So we need to update them.
Awesome. And
And
we are constantly improving this experience. So every day we are making a release so that in case you have any problems faced with refreshing the insights, I think it will get soon fixed.
yeah, so
That's
far it
great.
looks like it did a good job of refreshing them.
That's
The
nice.
numbers make sense.
Okay, Nathan, we can take up some of the questions which is actually related to the next demonstration. This one is from Arif. Is it possible to save these dashboards as different templates so that we can reuse or work on them later, like having a folder of templates?
Oh yeah, that's a really good question. All right, so if I want to, let's say I want this sales dashboard and I want to use it as a template. So every file here is kind of just like a normal file that you can use on your desktop. So I'm going to duplicate this one and I'm just going to call it a template. So it's going to be sales dashboard template. So because I created the dashboard and let's say I set it up how I wanted, and I want to reuse this one. So what you can do, like I've got this file and I'm happy with the dashboard. And now let's say because this is my sales data for the USA, but I want to create a very similar dashboard, but for my sales data from a different country, like the UK. What I can do is press actions and reuse the dashboard here. So I've got the reuse dashboard option. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to select my sales data from the UK. And it has automatically replaced the US data with the UK data. and it's regenerating the
Oh,
entire
that's
dashboard using the new data. Well, not like fully regenerating, it's kind of just like replacing like the underlying data. So like the charts are still the same, these metrics up here are still the same. All of this is the same, just with the new data in it. And along with that, it redoes the like overview and the all the insights for it.
got it. So any customization or any branding colors or any images which I might have added in the previous or as a template, they would have all retained over here, Nathan. Is that correct?
Yeah, like every all the visual aspects of it, they're gonna look exactly the same. When you reuse a dashboard, the only thing that changes like is the underlying data and the text.
That's amazing. Nice. Okay, before we move on to the next section, I'll just start a poll. Guys, please fill out the questionnaire. I think it's important for us to understand your use case so as to shape our product in a better manner. Okay, Nathan, the next question I think we should take it up is how to create dashboard from multiple sheets or multiple tables.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so let's do a multi-sheet one. All right, so let's say I want to import, let's redo the sales data one. So I'm gonna import my January to March data. Over here, you see January to March. Wait, let me increase the size again. So we got our January to March data. But let's say I've already got my April data. So I want to import that one as well. All right, so now we've got our April data here. So this one, January to March, this one, the April.
Awesome.
So if I want to create a dashboard using both tables at the same time, what I can do is ask the AI directly over here and say, create a dashboard from table one and table two. So it knows you want these two specific tables to be the data for the dashboard. So I
And I
can,
can add as many tables or as many sheets over here for the dashboard creation.
yeah, exactly. Like there's no limit. You can just like keep going and how whatever data you have, like you just tell
Awesome.
the AI and it's just going to use it.
That's correct. Awesome. There is another question, Nathan, until this dashboard is getting completed. Can you use the same tables for multiple dashboards without importing into each dashboard?
Same tables for multiple dashboards. So actually, yeah, you can because you've got like these are just spreadsheet files. And so you can create multiple dashboards. Like the spreadsheets are green and the dashboards are blue. So yeah, like within one context of one file, we've just got these sheets. Like if you're familiar with Excel terminology, it's essentially just sheets, and then we've got boards over here. So yeah, you can just create multiple of these within the same file for sure.
Awesome. Great. Okay. I think we can already see that the performance dashboard is from January to April, so it has already considered both the tables.
Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely.
Okay, Nathan, I think we can move on to the next section. Let me quickly cover. Okay, you can first showcase like it has actually covered both the tables over here, and then we can move on to the next section.
Yeah, yeah. So it's got like January to April, and you can see in like the dates here, we've got January all the way to April over here. All right. Want me to pass it back to you for
Yes,
the.
I'll just share my screen.
All
Yes.
right.
Okay, just a second. I'm just trying to figure out the screen.
For the people asking for the different kinds of chart types, I think we have got a geographical chart in the works for compound chart and speed meter chart. I don't think we have that, but like we can take suggestions on what kinds of charts you want.
Okay, thanks, Nathan. So now, of course, people have been asking a lot of questions which are actually already covered under our product roadmap. One of the features what we are currently working is, of course, dashboard branding. That means you are able to save your custom colors and then reuse the same colors for your multiple dashboards. You can just apply it as a theme and the dashboard will get updated. We are also working where you can just import a image file, from example, from your marketing website. We will extract the colors, your branding colors, and we'll just update the dashboard based on those colors. So this is going to be a super cool feature. Now, another question was how big the files we can support in Breaks. As I mentioned earlier, currently we can easily support 50K to 100K, but that also depends on your data. We can easily go to 500K, but we are doing quite a lot of optimizations where around 300K to 500K rows of data, for example, a very big CSV around 150 MB, 250 MB files can easily be imported and the visualizations can be created out of it. Now, one more question is, yes, I needed to import my data from Excel, from Google Sheets, or from other sources. Can I automatically connect these sources? And as soon as I update my data, the dashboard will get created. Yes, we are currently working on these things. You should be able to connect your Google Sheets, Excel, maybe some other applications such as Stripe, Salesforce, any other type of data providers, for example, relational databases, MySQL, Postgres, and so on, and you will be able to create dashboard by directly connecting your data. Now, one more question which was there in the chat as well, like, do you provide API support? Yes, we are currently working on to provide API support for both generation of dashboard as PDF as well as embeddable dashboards. This is work in progress, and once this particular feature has been completed, for example, your team uses Slack, you guys ideally should be able to just hit the API of our AI server, of our MCP server, get and just upload your data and get the updated report and dashboard directly in Slack. So these are some of the features which we are currently working on, and soon I'm sure you will be able to hear updates on these things. Now, I think we are almost running out of time, so maybe we'll just quickly take some more Q&A. Okay. I think we already covered. Can you save the dashboard with company logos and colors as a theme for future use?
Yeah, that was basically like when I showed that you can just like copy your file and press reuse dashboard. So yeah, pressing that reuse dashboard is what you want. Like if you just want to keep the exact same structure and visuals of your dashboard, but like just change out the data.
Absolutely. Okay, next question is from Lorito. When I edit the graph, will the generated insight will also be updated without asking the AI to update?
So no, when you just change like a chart, for example, that has insights, it's not gonna automatically updated because like you could change it in so many ways and like there's no time to like create new insights every single little change. So for that one, you've got to like ask the AI to do it to update it.
Absolutely. Okay, next question is from Francis. What does it do with a PDF file?
So for PDFs, you can like you can export your dashboards as a PDF and you can also import PDFs. Like let's say you've got a PDF with a table in it, you can actually like upload that instead of uploading a CSV like I did. And we're going to have the AI look in the PDF for like data that looks like a table and extract that out. So you can have that as an upload option.
That's nice. Okay, that's amazing. So we are almost done with our session. I'll quickly just share how to reach out to us. Just a second. I think I'll have to stop presentation. Okay. Okay. So the way you can, okay. So for we are thank you everyone for joining the session. We have a special offer. Anyone who joins a pro plan, who subscribes to our pro plan, will be offering a 50% off today. Please follow up on our separate email where we will be sending the instructions on how to do that. We will also be sending the recording of this session for your reference. Now, in case we are not able to cover any of your questions, feel free to reach out to us using the help section. As you can see on the left hand side, there's a help button. You can always start a conversation. There are real humans out there. One of us will be able to reply to your queries. You can also schedule a call with us if that's what you really need. And we are here to support you for all of your work within Bricks. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. And Michael, I know, sorry, you have raised the hand, but please reach out to us from the help section, and I'm sure one of us will be able to reach out to you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the session, and have a really good day.
All right, thanks everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.